So guys, imagine this, a dark, cold, stormy night in the middle of nowhere, where huge waves are crashing against a lonely rock in the sea, and on top of that rock stands a broken, almost collapsing hut where has dragged his entire family just to escape something as simple as letters. But these aren't normal letters, these are mysterious letters addressed to Harry, letters that somehow keep finding him no matter where they go. And now inside this freezing hut, with the wind howling through cracks and the wooden walls shaking like they could fall apart any second, Harry is sitting quietly on the floor, ignored as always, wearing oversized clothes, feeling like he doesn't belong anywhere, and the worst part is that this night is supposed to be special because it's his birthday, his 11th birthday to be exact, but no one remembers, no one cares, and while Dudley is busy complaining and Petunia is fussing over him, Harry just sits there counting the seconds, waiting for midnight. Almost like he's hoping something, anything, might change, and as the storm grows louder and louder, Uncle Vernon keeps pacing nervously with a gun in his hand, acting like they are being hunted, like something is coming for them, and deep down, he knows exactly what it is, but he refuses to accept it, he refuses to let the truth reach Harry, and then finally the moment comes, midnight strikes, Harry softly whispers to himself, "Happy birthday," with no excitement, no joy, just a quiet acceptance of loneliness, and right at that exact second, everything changes because suddenly there is a loud, terrifying bang on the door, not a normal knock, but something heavy, something powerful, something that makes the entire hut shake, and everyone freezes. Vernon shouts asking who's there, but there's no answer, just the sound of the storm, and then again another massive bang, louder this time, more aggressive, as if whoever is outside is not asking to come in but is about to force their way in, and now. And as he steps inside, the floor creaks under his weight, water dripping from his coat. He scans the room briefly, but then his gaze locks onto Harry, and everything about his expression changes, from rough and intimidating to soft and almost emotional, like he's finally found someone he's been looking for a long time, and without caring about anyone else in the room, he walks straight toward Harry and says his name like he already knows him, like he's been waiting to meet him. And while Harry is still trying to process what's happening, Vernon tries to take control, shouting and pointing the gun, but Hagrid doesn't even flinch. In fact, he casually bends the gun like it's made of rubber and tosses it aside, completely destroying any sense of authority Vernon had left, and now the power in the room has shifted completely. And then comes a surprisingly gentle moment where Hagrid pulls out a slightly crushed cake and gives it to Harry, wishing him a happy birthday, and for the first time in his life, someone has actually done something kind for him on his birthday, and you can feel that this small gesture means everything to Harry. But before he can even fully take it in, Hagrid drops the biggest revelation of all time. He tells Harry that he is not normal, that he is not just some unwanted boy living under the stairs, but something extraordinary, something magical. He tells him, "You're a wizard." And at first Harry thinks this has to be a joke, because nothing in his life has ever suggested something like this, but Hagrid is serious, completely serious, and when Harry questions him, when he looks to the Dursleys for confirmation, that's when the tension explodes, because it turns out they knew all along, they knew exactly who Harry was, what he was, and they chose to hide it from him, to suppress it, to pretend it didn't exist, and Hagrid becomes furious when he realizes this. Because to him this is not just a secret, this is Harry's identity, his entire world. And past, it's about something bigger, something dangerous. Voldemort tried to kill baby Harry too, but something went wrong, something no one could explain. The spell backfired, and instead of killing Harry, it destroyed Voldemort's power, leaving only a mysterious scar on Harry's forehead, a lightning-shaped mark that suddenly becomes much more than just a scar. It becomes a symbol of survival, of mystery, of something extraordinary. And now Harry realizes that his entire life has been built on lies, that everything he believed about himself is wrong, and that he belongs to a completely different world, a hidden world full of magic, danger, and possibilities. And just when the moment couldn't get more intense, Vernon tries one last time to control the situation, shouting that Harry is not going anywhere, that he won't allow it. But by now it's clear that he has no power left, because this is bigger than him, bigger than his fear of the unknown, and Hagrid stands firm, making it clear that Harry's future is already decided, that he has a place waiting for him, a place where he can finally learn who he really is, where he can belong, and where his journey will truly begin. and in the middle of all this tension, there's even a moment of dark humor when Hagrid loses his patience and uses a bit of magic on Dudley, giving him a pig's tail as punishment, which just adds to the chaos in the room. But for Harry, everything else fades into the background, because in that moment, holding the letter, listening to Hagrid, he realizes that his life is about to change forever, that the lonely boy in the cupboard is gone, and in his place stands someone who is part of something much bigger, something magical, something dangerous, and something incredibly exciting, and as the storm outside slowly begins to calm, it almost feels symbolic. Like the chaos of Harry's old life is ending and a new chapter is about to begin, and that is exactly where this unforgettable chapter